Okay, here we are. We are back here, guys. We are all back. We are all back. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. How is everyone tonight? How is everybody doing? I'm back from my break here, going over why we're going to have a ton of power outages. I'm going to go over why we could have a ton of power outages. Indiana, PA, not far from the studio, guys. Not far from the studio. Hello, Dawson Creek. Oh, hey there, Tinkerbell. Yes, Dawson Creek. So, guys, going over here, why we are going to see what we do here. See, this is why we're going to have a lot of these power outages, is these storms are going to start moving up into this portion of the United States. You guys can see that these winds, we're going to have this low pressure system. That low pressure system that we have currently right now, it's centered over Oklahoma. Okay, it's centered over Oklahoma City. And as tonight progresses into tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday the 9th, this is going to start to progress and move up. And I'm going to show you on a reflectivity scan what this actually looks like on the radar. But what we're seeing is, see how we're going to have all these intense wind gusts coming up in? Going to have intense wind gusts. Why is that? Because we have right over where Oklahoma City is, we have that low pressure system. This storm is going to materialize and it's going to sweep up into New England right here. You see that there? It's called, like, a lot of people want to call it a land hurricane is what's going on. Yes, Texas, yes. Storms are progressing out of Texas and they're moving into Louisiana as we speak. But this is what's going to happen is that snow, this is all snow up on the north side here. It's all blizzard. That's going to materialize into rain once it gets broken down a bit. But we're going to have this major bow echo basically for the length of the United States here come on over. Faith, that's what I'm talking about now, is we have a low pressure system hovering over Oklahoma. These storms are going to be sweeping up, and right about here, guys, okay, right about here, tomorrow night is when we're going to experience some of the strongest wind gusts. You guys can see that they're going to pull that wind up from the Atlantic Ocean. I want you guys to take a look at this here. Right here, 68 knots. That's about 85 miles per hour. That's going to be getting pulled up here. 69 knots, right there, 90 miles per hour. It's going to be pulling it and sucking it into the inland from the Atlantic Ocean. And this is going to continue into tomorrow night. And look at this, guys. I want you guys to really see here, like Long Island. Right here, 65 knots right there, 66 knots. You guys, we use knots on this, okay? 66 knots to MPH. Right there is 76 miles per hour. 76 miles per hour coming right into the Hamptons of Long Island, New York. Okay, right here, West Hampton, Southampton, Islip. And it's going to be pulling them in right there. This is going to be very strong gust, over 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and it has all to do with this storm. This storm right now looks like this, okay? We got some new models coming in, but it looks like this. We have a tornado threat that's going to continue, guys. If you did not know about tomorrow. So right now, we do have a tornado risk for the rest of the night. This yellow, tomorrow, that tornado risk is expanded out to all of the Carolinas, portions of Georgia, and Florida and Alabama. So we're not only going to have this significant tornado threat going on. Demented is in here. Hey, Demented, just an FYI, you're going to be dealing with about 66 knots coming up into where you are, man. So we have a lot of strong winds that's going to be pulling up in. This is why you see why those power outages on that map that Fox Weather made is showing it. You're going to be having intense winds here. And this is just from the Euro. When you start looking at some different other models as well, they're still pulling in strong knots. This one here, the further out, 70 knots. Guys can see this. This is the HRRR, the GFS as well. The GFS is pulling this in all over. This is GFS. It's pulling it all over Long Island, New York. I want you to take a look at this here. That's going to be coming in. That's the GFS. You look at the NAM. That NAM, I want you to see, that NAM is showing 77 knots coming into New York City. Out to New York City. Look at that. 77 knots. 78 knots. 79 knots coming in. What the hell is 79 knots? 91 miles per hour on the NAM. Okay, now the NAM does overcall. Let's be honest here, okay? So, I like to use the HRRR, the Euro, and the GFS. And we are showing that Long Island, New York, even up into here. I want you guys to pay attention, you know. Thankfully on land, they're not too bad, but when you start getting out here onto the coastline, 65, 75, possibly 80 mile per hour wind gusts coming on into the region. It's just absolutely insane. Eastern North Carolina does have that tornado threat here. I'll pull this up here. Issue is we don't have that good of radar down south. Guys, tap that follow button if you're new here. Tap that follow button if you are new. We're going to be taking a look here at the tornado threat for tomorrow. That tornado threat here for tomorrow, it's going to include Pensacola, down to Panama City, Tallahassee, Perry. If you guys remember Perry, Florida, that happened to be... I love cream soda, guys. I love cream soda. That includes Perry. That's where Adelia came. Hurricane Adelia made landfall right at Perry, Florida. It's going to be coming up into Albany, Georgia. And that tornado risk, it increases as it comes up into South Carolina and North Carolina. It's going to be about half of the state of South Carolina is in a significant tornado threat there, including, well, that's Augusta, Georgia, right? Augusta. So Camden, Florence, Myrtle Beach, anyone on the coastline, you got to watch. Water spouts can get formed and come on as land as tornadoes. So you got to be very, very cautious. Nebraska, you guys are enjoying the nice cold. That's what you guys are doing. You guys are enjoying cold up in Nebraska. And snow. Hey, Brittany. How are you, Brittany? How are you? So, yeah, guys. I mean, we have to really be cautious with this here. Just look at this. That is going to be a lot of wind gust. And this wind gust, I want you guys to understand something. So I've been seeing a lot of comments. This wind gust, here's how quick this shit's moving. Okay, these wind gusts are going to start down here, okay? Florida, we're going to be tracking this tomorrow, okay? This here is at 8 a.m. Florida is going to be, this is pulling. This storm is basically suctioning up all of the moisture and the wind from the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. At 8 a.m., that storm is going to be down there in Alabama, Florida, okay? All those winds. And by 4 a.m. on Wednesday, the 10th, it's going to all be up here at Portland. Look at that. Portland, Maine, 66 knots, okay? But looking here, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 11 a.m., it's already people up in Maryland, people down in North Carolina are feeling this within just a couple of hours, okay? Within just 3 hours. We look at 2 p.m. By 2 p.m., Jersey's going to start feeling these effects. Jersey is going to start feeling these effects. By 5 p.m., guys, I want you to really look here. By 5 p.m. here, We got 66 knots coming into the tip here of Maryland, and this is going to progress up into Jersey. That's 5 p.m. At 7 p.m. Sorry, at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. 9 p.m. That's nocturnal. That's when you're really going to start feeling these effects. That's where probably anywhere from, I would say, from 4 to 5 p.m. onset till about 1 a.m. So from 4 to 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. tomorrow, going into Wednesday, is when you're going to see these power outages. A lot of people don't understand. Well, those trees, they look fine. I'm fine. Do you know what's rotted? Because maybe your trees are fine, but what about 2 miles down the road and that service line gets hit from a dead tree that looked fine on the inside, but on the inside was completely rotted away? So you gotta really just be, cautious with this, because look at this, 70 knots coming into Maryland. All these people that's on this coastline, they're gonna be feeling these effects of nearly 80-mile-per-hour gusts. Philadelphia, you may have a little bit of a break because you guys are a bit more inland, but you're still going to be experiencing 70-mile-per-hour gusts. If you're up in one of those big towers out there in Philly, you may feel a sway. Now, naturally, that is normal. That's perfectly normal. We have the steel tower here, which is now the UPMC tower in Pittsburgh. It's actually built on rubber, and you'll feel it sway up there. And that's just so that way it can flex and not just snap. Perfectly normal, but I tell you what, again, please thank your linemen who are going to be going out there in this to get you power back, okay? Be sure to thank them. If you have a generator, don't you dare think about backfeeding, because you could kill one of them, They call them Widowmaker. They're basically, I don't have a power plug to show you, really, but what it is it's got the prongs on both sides. You plug one to a generator, one to your outlet, and you backfeed your house. One, you're limited by that 15 or 20 amp breaker to begin with. Good luck trying to run more than a fridge and maybe a TV off of that. Fridge or an oven, whatever the case is. But if you don't shut off your main, what's going to happen is you're going to backfeed that down those down lines. You could kill a police officer, a firefighter, an EMT, a road crew worker, a lineman, because the line's down. They think it's not powered on, and all of a sudden you zap them and you kill them. So got to be sure to not backfeed. That's why new tornado watch issued. Is that a new tornado watch they issued? Looks like a new tornado watch they issued. But this is why we're gonna have these power outages. Is we're gonna have these wind gusts, like I was just showing you guys here on this model. These storms are right now, they're starting to mature. Right now, it's like going through puberty. This storm is going through puberty, and what happens is I want you guys to pay attention to how. Look at that. Look at that line of storms that's being extended from Alabama down into the Gulf, down past into Mexico. Okay. This thing is maturing, and now look at that bow. Look at that bow coming into Georgia, Florida. This is why there's a tornado threat for tomorrow. If you guys didn't know, tomorrow we do have a tornado threat, a nice sized tornado threat, and that there is going to be right here. The yellow is the worst. This comes straight from National Weather Service. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the lightning bolts. I just saw that. Thank you, Sandra, for the cap. You guys are awesome. Hamilton with the train and a mic check. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Hamilton. I'm sorry, I don't have my headphones on, so I didn't hear that. Thank you very, very, very much. Outage can happen any time. When the neutral slaps a hot wire, it can easy go out. This wind. Yeah, I mean, my dad was a commercial electrician. He did a resi. He was a great dad. Unfortunately, he passed away, but he let me get zapped. He was like, okay, you want to learn at the age of 15 how to wire a outlet? Okay. And he let me get zapped. He's like, great, now you learned. It didn't kill you because I knew it wouldn't, but now you can respect electricity. You don't master electricity, you respect it. And if you have sagging wires with some slack, like that one commenter said, they can slap together. And that's where you can get outages. They can blow the insulators. I've seen insulators get blown if they haven't been replaced. There's a lot. But what I am talking about is that we're going to have these wind gusts. Now, my timing was a little bit off. Again, we've been tracking this for quite a while. We had the launch last night of the lunar lander going to the moon, and that threw off my schedule. But so tonight, Basically, everyone in the Gulf, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, nocturnal tornadoes, and that wind. I want you guys to take a look at this wind, okay? That's 1 a.m. At 5 a.m., this is gonna where it starts picking up. This is 5 a.m., okay? All of a sudden, we get to 9 a.m. 9 a.m., the Carolinas are feeling this tomorrow. 9 a.m., the Carolinas are feeling those winds being sucked in from the Atlantic Ocean. We get to 12, noon, lunchtime. Now people the whole way from Delaware down to Florida are feeling this effect of this suction event. 2 p.m., we start to make our way up into Jersey here. I want you guys to pay attention here. The Carolinas, you're at 57 knots right around there. By the time we get to 6 p.m., guys, 6 p.m., we have the winds really starting to increase here. 66 knots, getting up into Buffalo. That's coming off of the Appalachian Mountains, 56 knots. Again, this is about 65, 70 miles per hour. We get to 8 p.m. By 8 p.m., this is opening up the can of worms the whole way. You know, you just look at this. Just look at this. All of this is just super intense winds. From Kitty Hawk going up into New Jersey, mid-New Jersey, basically New York. And then we begin to look here. We look at 11 p.m. At 11 p.m., Long Island, New York is really going to start feeling effects, okay? And this is the GFS. They all are showing this. This is the Euro. The Euro is placing 64 knots, 66 knots there at the Hamptons, okay, guys? That's there at the Hamptons. The HRRR, you start looking at the HRRR. Now, they're placing it still at about 48 knots, which is about 60 miles per hour. Again, Euro and GFS are in alignment. The NAM is showing... The NAM is showing 90 mile per hour winds coming into New York City. Is that going to happen? It could, but is it likely? No. But if I had to say, I'd say look at the Euro, look at the GFS. They're aligning right there. It's about 75 miles, 80 miles per hour. Yes, Addison, it is real. This is real. Again, I was just showing you guys exactly what's going on. Right now, we have a bunch of storms. You can just go on any app. You can see that what I'm saying is absolutely true. You start looking here. That line's going to mature. As that line matures, we are going to get this huge swath of storm just come rolling up over tomorrow. It's going to bring a lot of rain, again, that's a giant squall line. That's a squall line of several hundred, if not over 1,000 miles long. It's absolutely insane. What's going to happen to Florida? Well, Florida, you guys do have the enhanced risk. That's as that storm's pushing up. That's where the severe weather is going to be. Your tornado risk. This is your tornado risk. Your wind. This is where the kids are going to go flying away. The wife's going to go flying away. The dog gets flown away. The doghouse is gone. The trampoline's gone. We're going to experience a lot. And this is coming straight from the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center, guys. This is coming straight through NOAA. You know, I'm not making this up in any way, shape, or form. This is why I have a lot of followers on this app here. I don't lead anyone down the wrong path. What I say is 100% true, accurate. Be sure to hit that follow button, though, guys. Hit that follow button. We do have live coverage on. I have 8 monitors in front of me. I have 8 monitors. And so looking here, we have still quite a bit of a tornado risk that's going to be moving through into Louisiana right now. This is that line that I said is going to be maturing. That line, this is live coming out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, guys. This is going to start pushing up. And when this starts pushing up, this is where we're going to really start seeing tomorrow. These winds are going to come in. And as I said, though, before, even though a tree may look, hey, Lizette, how are you? I'm feeling good after surgery. I'm good. Thank you for asking. He is 100% telling the truth. Yes, I am. Again, look here, guys. I'm not making this up. You're in the Severe Weather Center. We don't lie here. We don't hype anything up. This is absolutely 100% true and accurate. Shit's going to get bad. It does. It will. If you're on that coastline, now here's the issue. People, just because they hear New York, they're going to immediately think upstate New York, which upstate New York is going to get some of the wind because they are naturally higher elevation. But, like, when you deal with, like, Pennsylvania, for example, okay, we get a lot of people that's like, well, I'm in Pennsylvania and I didn't get shit. And then people are like, oh, he just lies. Yeah, because you're way over here on the other side of the state, you know? So I always include maps when I start talking. You know, I like to visualize it and show you, if you're here, you're going to get this. If you're here, you're going to get that. Indianapolis, snow. Indy's going to get snow. It was bad in Houston today. We had a tornado north, and the wind was insane. Oh, yeah, Jessica. Yep, that was the Cold Spring tornado there going into Livingston. We were live for that. So, Pittsburgh, you know, we broadcast live out Pittsburgh here. We could get some gusts. We definitely could get some gusts as this starts to come up. I want you guys to see Pittsburgh here. Pittsburgh's at 19 knots for gusts. And then as this slowly starts to, I'll just hit play here so you guys can see it. Pittsburgh will slowly start to increase 27 knots, 35 knots. Coming out there, Somerset, Johnstown, there's going to be about 50, 51 knots. So if you're up on that hill out there near Latrobe, you're definitely going to start feeling it. Latrobe, Ligonier, Johnstown, you're really going to start seeing that for sure. But this is the big thing, guys. Long Island, New York is going to be one that I'm going to be watching a lot, okay? Long Island, New York, you guys are right there on getting basically the brunt of the Atlantic. Now, the NAM, I do show the NAM because some people are like, well, what's the NAM showing? They're showing like 90 miles per hour coming into New York City, coming up into that harbor. They're 90 miles per hour coming in. As I said here, do I feel like there's going to be 90 mile per hour winds in New York City? No. I would say we could have gusts up to 75, 80 miles per hour, but I wouldn't say 90 miles per hour. Again, these could be classified in some areas. Some areas. Okay, notice how I said some areas? Some areas, hurricane force winds. So you may get to experience what a Category 1 hurricane feels like if you go stand outside. Just don't be an idiot, okay? Long Island here. I love Montauk. I love Montauk. I love the South Fork. Go out there. To the very end, you do your loop. You see the lighthouse, and you go up to the North Fork, and you go out, and you can go back the one gravel road, and you can see Plum Island. Is it Plum Island? The disease lab. And then you can look over and see Rhode Island, Connecticut. I spent time out in Long Island. I know it very well. East End, what's up? What's up? So, guys, for those who don't know, tornado threat for tomorrow. We do have an active tornado threat for tomorrow. Tornado threat is this, okay? If you are in the yellow, you have a great chance of seeing a strong tornado. You have a very strong chance of seeing a tornado. So, we definitely stress safety. If you're new here, guys, hit that plus sign, hit the follow button. I do this. This is my full-time job. I'm a partner with TikTok. And a partner with YouTube. I prefer YouTube, though, guys. YouTube, I simulcast everything. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube. Throw me up on a Roku. Throw me up on TV. That's what a lot of people do. Oh, I'm in the yellow. Well, man, you should be good. You should be good. Just play it safe. North Shore of Long Island, Northport. Higher elevation, better for flooding, but tornado. I wouldn't say tornado. Big thing is wind. I'm going to be honest, guys. The big thing that we're looking at is wind gusts. Look at the wind gusts coming into Long Island. That's a big thing. Is that wind gust? This is going to cause power outages. This is going to cause widespread power outages. A lot of people don't realize it, but trees may look fine. Branches may look fine. They could be dead on the inside, and when these 70, 80 mile per hour wind gusts come, and then they go, you got people who flip their vehicles. You got tractor trailers that flip because they're driving empty. It's not their fault in any way, shape, or form, but when you're driving empty, you have a great chance of rolling that. People, if there's rain involved, like, hey, you're going to have rain. If you guys didn't know that, you're going to get a shit ton of rain. Flooded roads, hydroplane, high winds. That's a recipe for disaster. People are going to be driving. They're going to be crashing into telephone poles. Visibility may be limited. Hydroplaning, they're not going to have control of their vehicles. And again, Jersey here, Delaware, Long Island, New York, Connecticut, you guys are all in the path of that. This is a nasty storm. We're watching it live right now. I got 8 monitors in front of me. I have 8 monitors, and we're watching it live. We got 2 tornado watches that are issued right now. This is tornado watch, and then this is the second tornado watch. We got this band coming through. That band that you guys are seeing is right now what this is starting to form. This is starting to form over here. Okay, it's starting to mature right now. It's right about here. That's going to increase. It's going to be insane. It's going to increase. It's going to be thousands of miles long, and it's going to be pulling up into the northeast New England. I always want to say New England corridor. I don't know why. But this all stems from this 500 millibar, guys. So a lot of people say to me, they say, Austin, what are you talking about a trough ejection? So typically for a trough, so Let me just show you guys this. This will explain it a lot better, okay? So you have the United States here, okay? Typically, you'll get a lot of low-pressure systems, okay? What they'll do is they'll come down around Los Angeles, they'll start to come up, and then they'll come out. Okay, you got a trough, you got a ridge, and then you got the trough. And what happens is the ridge is a high-pressure system, okay? So when that low pressure mixes with the high, that's why you get severe weather in Tornado Alley. Well, what's happening is we don't have a ridge. We have a trough, and that trough is quite literally ejecting. You see how it's pushing? The whole trough is pushing towards the East Coast. This is why we are getting these high winds. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? That's 131 fucking knots in the upper atmosphere. You guys know how fast it is? 131 knots, okay? That's over 150 miles per hour in the upper atmosphere, 30,000 feet, 139 knots. You see that? 139 knots, okay? 139 knots. We're dealing with 160 mile per hour winds in the upper atmosphere, and that's being pushed and pulled up from the Atlantic, which is why New York and you guys are going to get slammed with these super high winds. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Trucker Tim, buddy, what's up? What's up? Guys, tap that follow button if you're new here. Tap that follow button. I love to educate you guys about what is going on in the weather world here. See, here's the thing. I have no issue explaining why things are the way they are. So many people will just go on CNN, take a screenshot, and try to do a story. I studied meteorology. I know the ins and outs about this. Not a damn person on TikTok, unless they're an actual meteorologist, would be able to sit there and do what I just did and explain why this is occurring. You'll just see people sit on Windy. They have no other software resources, but they'll just sit there and just, oh, this is what the site shows, so that's why. You know, I love to explain it. I love to explain it. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the high bears and the roses as well. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. Thank you, thank you. So, again, North Carolina, guys, tornado risk for tomorrow. Tornado risk for tomorrow. This is the tornado risk for tomorrow. South Carolina, you could see, not only are you going to get intense winds, but you could definitely see tornadoes tomorrow. Same with North Carolina. It's a big, big, big ordeal here. Guys, in chat, type where you are. Type where you are in chat right now. Augusta, Delaware. See, Delaware, Georgia, Pennsylvania. That's where we're broadcasting out of. Texas, Southwest Virginia, Queens, New York. Oh, Queens, what's up? Long Island, Illinois. Lots of New York, New Jersey. I love seeing that, guys. I love seeing that. New York, North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Chicago, Gulfport, Hickory, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. So I love seeing everyone on the East Coast. Northeast Florida, Northern California. Oh, hey, Drew. How are you? Buffalo, Southwest Florida, Virginia, Live Oak, Florida. Got you in the house here. Chattanooga, Illinois, Houston, Boston, Wilmington, Philly. Philly's in the house. How's your cheesesteaks, bud? Maine. So everyone here appears to be on the East Coast. I'm going to put this very bluntly. The further you are towards your local beach and your coastline, the more effects you're going to be feeling from this. However, that is an exception to the Carolinas and Florida and Georgia. And that is because we're going to see storms inland. Those are the ones we're going to see inland. Now, we're going to see basically everyone on the north, the whole way down to the south. As I showed you, we're definitely all going to see rain. We're going to see thunder, lightning, the whole shebang. We are going to see and feel those effects. But the further you are to the coastline, the more wind you're going to feel. See, we're all going to get wet. We're all going to get wet. Whether we want to or not, we're all going to feel wet. Or as the guys say, feel moist. But, joking. But, in all honesty, guys, the closer you are to that coastline, throughout the day tomorrow, you're really going to feel these effects. Did he say Austin? Well, I'm Austin. How are you? So, Shanna. What's up, Shanna? So the closer you are to the coastline, the stronger winds you're going to feel. It's a big thing. Moultrie, Georgia. Where's Moultrie, Georgia at? Hampton Roads, Virginia. That's a beautiful place there, Kayla. Again, I think that the tornado risk is going to be limited as far north as North Carolina. I don't see tornadoes happening above that. We don't have the dew point. Storms won't be stable enough to be able to produce. So we'll get rain north of North Carolina, but that tornado threat is primarily going to be North Carolina to Florida here. Staten Island. Staten Island. So, Staten Island and New York and you guys up there, you should start. So, it's about 19 Zulu, so probably about 1 or 2 a.m.-ish. I would say about 1 or 2 a.m. or p.m. Sorry, p.m.-ish. Screw me. 1 or 2 p.m.-ish, so just right after lunchtime. And then it'll progressively go through. It should stop overnight into early morning. It'll stop early morning into Wednesday for you there. But these winds here, this thing is gonna come through, and it's gonna come through like a freight train, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna feel like a freight train. Guys, tap that follow button. We're almost at 205,400. Tap that follow button here, guys. Tap that follow button. So, oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Love you all. I love you all. So this is why we have what we have. This is why I said we're going to have widespread power outages. And we know it's coming. I'm showing you why it's coming. For those who don't know, again, I see we just had a ton of people join. We're going to have what's called a trough ejection. We're going to have in the upper atmosphere, so 30,000 feet above, which is not that tall. You're going to be experiencing 150 to 160 mile per hour winds. 150 to 160 mile per hour winds at 30,000 feet. And when we get lower to the ground here, this 850 millibar, I want you guys to see this. That 850, look at that, 88 knots. There was 88 knots in there. And as this comes over New York here, 93 knots. 96 knots. Look at that. 97 knots there going out towards Montauk. 97 knots, okay? 97 knots at a couple thousand feet above is 111 mile per hour winds. There's going to be 111 to 120 mile per hour winds above you at about 5,000 feet, 6,000 feet, okay? What that is equating to is you're going to be seeing about 70 to 80 mile per hour winds coming down into New York, Long Island. It's absolutely insane. And again, this is a wicked storm. Why is this a wicked storm? So right now, where we are sitting right here, this is right now, okay? Winds are going to be coming in at about 60 miles per hour. But I want you guys to see as this storm progresses here, this is tomorrow, okay? This is at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. This is at about 11 a.m.-ish. That's about 11 a.m. It's going to go up the East Coast. It's going to go up that seaboard. I want you guys to see this here. This is about 11 p.m., okay? 11 p.m. is when you guys are really going to start feeling these effects. So you're going to be going into nighttime, possibly with no power. And God only knows how many calls they're going to have. We're going to see widespread outages. You have 160 mile per hour winds at your 30,000 foot deck. Then you're going to have 110 to 120 mile per hour winds at your 6,000 foot deck, which is going to equal about that 80 mile per hour wind gust coming down onto the surface. It's absolutely insane. Guys, if you're new here, hit that plus sign, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Again, I really don't know why so many people are quick to judge. Be like, oh no, it's not happening. This is your jet stream, okay? I am showing and explaining to you why there's going to be the power outages that they do, okay? And what we have is we have this trough ejection. We have that trough ejection there. That trough ejection, look, 136 knots, 137. Okay, guys, go in chat. What is 137 knots to miles per hour? What is 137 knots to miles per hour? Put it in chat. 137 knots to miles per hour. Show you here, guys. 137 knots is 157 miles per hour. It's 157 miles per hour. Look at that. 137 knots to 157 miles per hour. And that's what we have at 30,000 feet. And that's what's coming up into the Atlantic, okay? But we're not done there. But wait, there's more, as Billy Mays once said. Or 850. That's about 6,000 feet above us. That's not aircraft. You go take a flight, you're flying at 35,000 feet. You're flying at 40,000 feet, okay? This here, see that explosion that occurs? See that explosion occur, okay? Look at this over here. 98 knots, 98 knots. We had 98 knot there, 98 knots. 98 knots, okay? 98 knots is 112 miles per hour. 113 miles per hour. That's going to be right above you guys. You're going to have 113 miles per hour right above you, and that's why we're going to see these 80 mile per hour wind gusts very likely in New York. And see, a lot of people will go on my videos. They'll say, oh, he's just full of shit. He's lying. They'll never join the live stream. They rather sit there, not believe it, and then just bicker and be like, well, the damn power went out. Yeah, well, if you would have came to my live stream, you would have been seeing why the power would be going out and why I'm not full of shit and why people come to me and watch me. Because I love explaining this stuff to you guys. North Carolina, you guys are talking about North Carolina a lot. Let's be honest, guys. North Carolina, we do have that tornado risk tomorrow. That is a big, big, big thing. That tornado risk is super big. Now, I'll do this for you guys. Let me hop down to regional and go over that region to show you here. Is that going to be southeast? So yeah, there's South Carolina and North Carolina. I wish we could get one that's a little bit better, smack dab in the middle for you guys, but we don't have that right now. However, let me pull up that composite. I'm going to show you guys state by state here what we're going to expect. So what's happening is we're going to see this line mature here. You guys see how that line matures? This it's going through puberty right now, okay? What's going to happen is it's going to start to really bow out. And see, it's tall. It's long. That thing goes way down into the Gulf. What's going to happen is as this starts to progress, it's going to start working its way up into North Carolina and South Carolina, okay? This here is about 7 or 8 a.m. tomorrow, maybe 9 a.m. What's going to happen is this is going to start to push through, okay? The issue is I want you guys to pay attention here. This is why we have a tornado threat, okay? This is why we have a tornado threat for tomorrow. Want you guys, you see my mouse, okay? I want to show you guys this. Why do we have a tornado threat tomorrow? You see my mouse circling this. You see my mouse circling this, okay? This is going north. These storms, they're going this way. This is going this way. They crisscross. That's why you have tornadoes. Look at this. That bulk shear is going to come up, and that's going to allow for tornadoes to get formed very, very easily. Very, very easily. When you have a crisscross of bulk shear, that's what happens with tornadoes. And I bet you if we were to look here, do we get wind barbs on this? We do. We get wind barbs on this. So as this comes through, you guys see the wind barbs, they're going this way, okay? They're going this way. Let's take a look at the 850. I bet we're going to see some bulk shear. Yeah, what do you see? They go somewhere, it'd be right about there. They're going this way. You can see them start to turn in, and that's what's going to allow for the autographs to actually cause tornadoes. Now, when we do look at our significant tornado parameter here tomorrow, the big thing that we do have to worry about is this could easily start as a water spout, okay? A lot of people don't realize it, but water spouts can come on land and be tornadoes. And that's what can cause tornadoes. Now, your updraft, this is really going to be dominated from the top down. So I'll be honest, if we didn't have that strong of winds coming down, we may have even a greater tornado risk. But with this here, it's not bad. You know, I'd rather it be dominated from the top and come out with 1 or 2 tornadoes probably, versus it being a lot less, more cape, and having that same equal crisscross of bulk shear. Then you'd be talking tornadoes out the ass, quite literally. Northeast, oh, Bama. Well, Baba goes, I'd rather be dominated by Austin. Hey, I saw that comment. I saw that comment. No takesies backsies. I saw that comment. Messing with you. So we have quite a bit going on, guys. This is truly what we have going on. I know a lot of people in the comment sections were like, what the hell? But yeah, I mean, this year is this is what we're working with here for the wind gusts, guys. This is what we are working with for the gusts. That is what about Long Island. I love Long Island. Guys, put in chat where you're from. Put in chat where you are from. We are broadcasting live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can see, but down below, time is 9:16, 9:17 almost. From Pittsburgh, Savannah. I have history in Savannah. I don't like Savannah. I had a bad day in Savannah. That's all. Good old Pennsylvania, Maine, Jersey, Texas, bump ass Virginia, upstate New York, Long Island, Nick out in Long Island, Juniper out in Oregon coast, Matthew in Rhode Island, McNeil up in Mobile, Alabama, Toy Stop in Philly, Stephanie in Georgia, Hunter in Maine, Wilmington, Colleen out in Philly, Kia in Tennessee, Stephanie in Georgia, Jasmine in the Bronx. Hello, Jasmine. Megan out in Staten Island, Maine, Ohio, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Orlando, Florida, Monroe, Georgia, the depths of hell. Hey, Demented. Would you like to go back to 29 Palms? Gary. Nyang. Hello, guys. Kentucky. Reading, Pennsylvania. There we go. So yeah, guys, we really need people to understand. No thanks. Come on, man. Come on. I'm a truck driver in New Jersey. How are we looking? Getch, where are you driving to and from, brother? So what we do have going on here is, a lot of people don't believe it, we're going to have widespread power outages. If this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. I do see people talking about the NAM. I have seen some comments about the NAM. If the NAM comes true, if the NAM model comes true, I'm not trying to do any like flashbacks to Vietnam. No. The NAM model. It's showing possibly 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming into New York City at the harbor, okay? Once you guys understand something, if that does come true, we have issues. We have major issues. I don't think the infrastructure of New York City is built to withstand that type of wind. Look at Superstorm Sandy. I really don't think it is. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. Connecticut, I mean, y'all need to thank your brothers in front of you down in Long Island for taking the kick to the balls for you, because they're taking the brunt of this, okay? Long Island's going to be taking the brunt of this here, okay? I want you guys to see this. Long Island here on the GFS model. Let's look at the GFS model here. 63, 64, 63, jumps down. Well, it was the HRRR showed it a little bit better here. 36 knots coming in versus that 47. So they're going to be taking about 15, 20 mile per hour dump for you. Thank you, Long Island. I love that, Gabe. So yeah, if you're in Connecticut, you need to thank your brothers and sisters in Long Island for them taking the brunt of you. Now, I do want to take a peek here. I make no promises in any way, shape, or form. But when we do take a look at the waves, okay, we got like, it shows like 18-foot waves, okay? You see that? Like 18-foot waves? 18-foot waves coming into Long Island. And you know, Connecticut's taking 11-foot waves and like, you know, 10-foot waves. So, yeah. Yeah, there's that. You know, we go from 8-foot waves out to midnight at 18-foot waves. Go out to Montauk, still 18-foot waves, 19-foot maybe. You know, so, you know, you guys should really thank your people down Long Island for taking it, okay? Like, really, 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 really. The rain, though. The rain. Guys, we gotta talk about this, okay? We're looking at, like, an inch over 3 hours, okay? This thing here, it's gonna keep producing the rainfall. Once you guys see this, so look at that rain just eat away. And plus, you guys got snow up there as well. Connecticut, though, you guys are gonna get a little bit more rain here. So, you guys are gonna get a lot of rain. If you guys are new here, tap that follow button. You must be new here. Tap that follow button, guys. Tap your follow buttons here. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Also, let's take a look at the swell. Still, I'm just like, I'm shocked about how these swells are going. That's weird. So overnight, that must not be correct here. Just normal waves here, 19-foot, 18-foot. Rhode Island. Little tiny Rhode Island. New Shoreham seems to be taking a little bit of brunt there, but 12-foot there. And then you're looking 14-foot there. When you start looking at the wind here, 35 knots, 39 knots. So you're looking at about 45, 50 miles per hour at 11 p.m. there. And even over here, it's really focusing its attention out. I've been noticing it's really focusing its attention out into like New York, you know. To see the gusts. That's where I get concerned about is those gusts, because those are what can actually really move things here. 9 p.m., 11 p.m. seems to be when we could see the most. Preacher, what's up? Andrea, what's up? Brittany, hello, hello, hello. Just saw you watching from West Virginia. How are you? So, guys, tap the screens, hit the follow button. I'm live on YouTube. Go hit the subscribe button. It's free. You don't got to pay in any way, shape, or form. What about South Carolina? Again, guys, Carolinas. Tornadoes possible tomorrow. Lots of high winds. Lots of rain coming. You're going to hear a shit ton of thunder. You're going to hear a shit ton of thunder and see a ton of lightning. That's tomorrow. These storms are going to materialize. Like I was saying here, these storms are definitely going to materialize. They're currently looking like this, and they're going to continue to increase in their line, and it's going to go up into New York, Connecticut, all the way up into Maine before it goes out. It's our like little land hurricane here, okay? Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia to be exact here. I mean, you guys are going to get the thunderstorms, but we're not going to see warm temperatures there to be able to produce any sort of like major severe like tornado or large hail or anything like that. David, pretty much yes. Tampa, Maine, Maryland. Maryland's so big, man. Iowa, snow. Iowa is snow. Let's face it, guys. Iowa is snow. Snow. It's like a blizzard in Missouri right now. I can believe that. Measure, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Much appreciated. So, guys, I'm going to go over this again here. I want you guys to picture this, okay? 30,000 feet above you. That's where airplanes fly. Airplane. But we're going to be seeing this happen, okay? We got 139 knots. We got 139 knots right there at 30,000 feet above you, okay? 139 knots. That's almost 160 miles per hour at 30,000 feet. That's insane. Now, we look at 6,000 feet above us. 6,000 feet above us, It's about 100 knots. We just had 102 knots. New update, 102 knots. What's 102 knots, you may ask? 102 knots? 117 miles per hour. You're going to have 117 mile per hour wind 6,000 feet above you, okay? 117 mile per hour winds coming down from the upper atmosphere. That is why we're expecting to see strong wind gusts. That's exactly why we're going to be seeing strong wind gusts and why a lot of people are going to be without power for quite a while, I think. Ohio, wind gusts, northern New Hampshire. Northern New Hampshire, you guys, possibly 65. I'd say 55 knots to play it safe here. I did something I did not mean to. You start looking here. Oh my God, I keep pulling up things. I don't know why. So 64 knots, yeah. So honestly, it's going to be very dependent on where you are elevation-wise. Gabe. I mean, possibly on Wednesday. Possibly on Wednesday they may cancel. Possibly on Wednesday. Palm Beach, Florida. I love Palm Beach, Florida. It's beautiful. But let's take a look, guys. What time? It's 9:27 here. Let's see. Do we have any possible cameras that we can look at here to see what's going on? Mobile Alabama webcam. Do we have a Mobile Alabama webcam? Mobile Alabama webcam. Do we have any of these weather cams on the beaches? This is what I would love to know. Do we or do we not? I don't want ads. I really don't want ads. Well, we can see trees swinging. We can see palm trees like swinging. Dang. How about this one? Not too sure where that one is. See in Suds Beach Cam. Could definitely see the waves coming on in there. Definitely see those. Ooh, man, look at those. It's a little hard to see right now, but look at that, guys. Insane. Virginia Beach. Guys, put in chat where you are. Put in chat where you are here. I'm trying to pull up a webcam to show you what we may be dealing with here soon. Oh, the Osprey. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, you guys definitely could start seeing some wind gusts. Definitely. Buffalo, New York. Yeah, you guys definitely could possibly see some strong gusts because you guys sit pretty high. Yeah, see? You guys got 66 knots possibly coming into you there tomorrow night. Beckley, West Virginia. Beautiful Becky. Beckley is amazing. Savannah, Georgia. You guys can get tornadoes tomorrow. Lots of, I would have to say lots of wind as well earlier in the day as this starts to come up here. You guys can start to see where this will, 51 knots there coming into Beaufort and Savannah. It's about noon tomorrow. And then take a look at that. This starts to jump up here at about 2 p.m. And by 7 p.m., this will start to be away. So Savannah, after about 7 p.m., you'll be good. You'll be good. Will, thank you. Jen, thank you. Sarah, thank you for the roses. Thank you, thank you. Indiana, you're going to be getting some snow. And you guys can see where that low pressure is. It's going to circle around like a hurricane. And it's right over Illinois and Indiana. Great question. Heat, Jeff is in the house. Thank you for the rose. That's a beautiful rose. Thank you, Jeff. Pensacola, Florida. Pensacola to be exact here. You guys do have that risk here. Overnight. We're going to be watching this. But as it starts to make its way into Mobile, Alabama, you could possibly see a tornado overnight. So we're going to be watching here. Albany what? You mean Albany, Georgia? Possibly tomorrow, yes. Possibly tomorrow. Albany, Georgia could get a tornado, yes. Guys, tap your screens. Tap your screens. We're almost at 205,600 likes. Let's go, guys. Almost there. North Carolina, yes. North Carolina here. This is North Carolina. Basically, from Winston-Salem to the shoreline, and it gets progressively worse the further you go southeast, is going to be the tornado risk. Again, thank you guys. Jaden, thank you for the rose. Thank you, thank you. Guys, we're almost at 500,000 views on that power outage video. We are almost at 500,000 views. Keep typing in chat there. How many likes are we at in this stream, guys? How many likes are we at in this stream? I appreciate every single person that is in here. Alcala, Florida. Isn't that on the East Coast? Tampa, Kentucky, Putnam, Georgia. What's the beef with VA? I don't know. Is Arby's there? Oh, I'm just joking. I'm just yanking your chains. Big Mama J, hello, hello, hello. Again, this is really going to get more concerning the further you get to the east, guys. The further you get to the east. Greetings from Wyoming. Hello. Vile up in Punxsy. What's up, Vile? How are you? How are you? Sunset, hey, hey, hey. So, this is a progressive storm, you know, like central Pennsylvania here, for example. You could start to see how it will progress throughout the day. The area out near the Appalachians, Johnstown, Cambria County, things like that. They're going to see the winds a lot sooner because they have that higher elevation. Indian Rocks, Florida. So, for Florida here, pretty much, I love referring to the SPC here, the enhanced risk, which again, all of Florida is in some sort of severe risk, but it's primarily going to be that north central portion that could see that strong band come across that could potentially cause a tornado to appear. We want to know the weather in Virginia. So many people are worried about Virginia, and I can understand why. There's a lot of important critical assets there in Virginia, the big VA, if you will. You know, Virginia as a whole, if I quit clicking on the wrong things, Virginia as a whole, this system's going to be, you know, they're going to get some wind gusts early in the morning, but whenever it becomes time to go eat lunch, you know, you're out getting Subway, you're going to feel the gusts come. You're definitely going to feel those gusts come up. By 3 p.m., though, if you're near Virginia Beach is going to be one that you're going to be like, oh, wow. Whoo! That was a nice gust. So, it's primarily going to be around 3 p.m. for Virginia, but it comes back, okay? It starts to come back, and this time it gets stronger inland as well here. You can get up to 75 mile per hour wind gusts here, it looks like, at Virginia Beach come 6 p.m. So from about 3 p.m. on, you could experience those gusts, the stronger they are. And then as you go down the line here, you can see how once 10 p.m. hits, they're like making their final push here. We get to 11 p.m. and then they stop. So 11 p.m. is going to be, you know, when you go out and you clean your yard up. Warrior Warlord, what is up? Jersey. Guys, tap your screens, hit that follow button. Tap your screens and hit that follow button. Again, Jersey's one of those ones that, you know, they're going to see it progressively. So for example, at 9 a.m., the southern portion is going to be fine. That's 9 a.m. By 11 a.m., by like noon, 11 a.m., 12, let's just say noon, that's where it's going to be like, okay, well, that's a nice size gust. Then we increase to 3 p.m. 3 p.m., that's when Atlantic City and stuff's going to be like, okay, I feel it. By about 5 p.m., though, 6 p.m.-ish, you know, that's when it's like, okay, who did we piss off now? Because by about 5 or 6 p.m. is when you're going to extremely feel it here in New Jersey. And it's going to be the southern tip for the most part. And then once we get to 8 p.m., the entire state's just covered in it. The entire state is just covered in wind gust. So it's going to be a later on in the evening for those of you in Jersey. And that goes for Philadelphia as well. Philly's right behind Jersey. So same goes for them. Guys, put in the chat where you're from. Put in the chat where you are from. Long Island. I love Long Island, guys. You know I love Long Island. My friend hates it. It's a long story. Long Island, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Petersburg, Orange, VA, Connecticut, South Massachusetts. Thank you, Hank, for the follow on TikTok. Guys, I'm live here on YouTube as well. Come over and subscribe. It's free. It's just like hitting follow on TikTok, but you get a notification when I post a video. And they're good educational news and weather videos. The Funk Springs, Florida. Hello, McEllen. What's up? Donna with the hand hearts. Thank you, Donna Maria. And Jen McHugh. Thank you for the heart me. Why are you saying Long Island? Well, Long Island is going to experience a brunt of this, but I love Long Island. It's nice out there. Montauk is so nice. North Fork is nice as well. It really, really is. Orange, VA. You're from the Berg. We are live from the Berg as well. Yes. Pittsburgh, PA. World effect. I think we'll fill. I think we will fill it a bit here, guys. I do think that we will fill it a bit for sure. I do think that we will fill it. Great question. Oh, Cayman. Oh, parents. If you're a parent in the chat, what's your thoughts on them closing school for high wind and the kids staying home from school? What's your thoughts on that? What is your thoughts on that if you're a parent? You're my new weather channel. F all the others. Well, thank you, Jen. Thank you. Keep them home. They aren't. Better kids are safe than sorry. See, when I went to school, my parents were like, you're going no matter what. I am not putting up with your ass. You just had off for that long for Christmas vacation. No. Oh, goodness gracious. So, a big thing is here, guys, is the closer you are to the coastline, the more intense your wind gusts are going to be. Most people will be able to experience, widespread from New York down to Florida, anywhere from 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. That's expected. That's very possible. It may be one or a few gusts. Some it may be more centralized. The closer you are to that coastline, the closer you are to an outlying coastline, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, Jersey, Long Island, Nantucket, those areas, it's where you could see those 70 to 80 mile per hour gusts. Oh, really, sports? Where are you at? Culpeper, Virginia. I've been down there. Guys, tap your screens. Let's get going here. Hit that follow button. Hit that plus sign. No credibility. Oh, Brody. Extreme credibility. Everyone knows who I am. And I explained myself more than one time for the findings here. See, Brody is the issue as to why people are like, no, this ain't gonna happen. He doesn't understand that we're gonna have 160-mile-per-hour winds in the upper atmosphere. He's not comprehending that we're gonna have 160-mile-per-hour winds in that upper atmosphere. You know, that's a big thing. We're gonna have 160-mile-per-hour winds in the upper atmosphere. And when you look at the 850 millibar, we're going to see this explode. And when this explodes here, we're literally going to be watching nearly 110 to 120 mile per hour at 6,000 feet. That, Brody, it does. It does. It really does. If you don't understand meteorology, then you're not going to comprehend it, plain and simple. This is why we're going to have 80 mile per hour wind gusts in New York City. We have 2 tornado watches right now. These are the tornado watches here down in Louisiana. These are the 2 tornado watches here. But yeah, so that is exactly why. And then we're dealing with the trough ejection. When you look at the 500 millibar, instead of having a ridge come over Tornado Alley, we have a low pressure system that's grinding away and it's ejecting that trough. Instead of that trough coming down and going up, it's literally coming down and it's pushing straight to the east-northeast. Brody, no one said about tornadoes in Pittsburgh. I don't know where you're getting that from. I really don't understand. Where did you comprehend that there was going to be tornadoes in Pittsburgh? And also, hills don't matter. That's a myth. That is a point-proven scientific fact that you could be in the mountains and have a strong tornado, like we saw last year at the ski slopes in Colorado. So again, I really don't know where you're trying to pull that out because you're clearly wrong and misunderstood. I don't understand. Womp womp. Yeah, exactly. Because you make no sense, man. You make absolutely zero sense. You're just getting banned from the channel. Not even dealing with that. How did this guy understand that there was going to be a tornado in Pittsburgh? Where the hell did I say that? Nowhere. So this is why we're going to be dealing with these widespread power outages. This is why we're going to be dealing with all the crap tomorrow that we're going to have to deal with overnight, tomorrow night, is with that trough ejection and that bulk shear that's just going to be absolutely rampant here. When will this affect New Jersey? Tomorrow evening, guys. Tomorrow evening here is when this will affect New Jersey. I see a lot of people asking about that. Guys, tap that follow button on your screens. Tap your follow buttons. Tap those follow buttons. Guys, put in chat where you're from. Put in chat where you're from. Western Massachusetts. Good old Massachusetts. Massachusetts here. You guys are really inland, which does help you, but you could possibly see some of these stronger ones into like around midnight. Around midnight, you could start to see where you could get the stronger wind gusts like Pittsfield and whatnot. Hampton Roads, Virginia. South Alabama, Illinois. Texas. Pittsburgh's in a house where we are broadcasting live out of Pittsburgh. South Alabama. Hello. North Carolina. So we have NAM, Euro, GFS, and HRRR. We have all of them. And they're all aligned. They are all aligned. They are all aligned. How the heck are you? What's up, CJ? I'm doing well, buddy. I am doing well. So again, for those who are new here, what we are going to be dealing with is, oops, selected the wrong thing. So what we have going on is we're going to have this storm that's maturing. This is the storm that I'm showing you right now on your screen as tornado watch issued. This is going to start to progress. This is going to come up. This is about midday tomorrow, guys. This is about midday tomorrow. This is going to come up into New York. We have a low pressure system that's now between Pennsylvania and Chicago, and this thing's just spinning around. Look at these wind gusts here. That's why we're going to be getting these wind gusts. Mass power outages are expected. Lots of loose branches. Dead trees are going to be falling on wires arcing. So you got to be very, very cautious with all of this, guys. Tap your screens, tap your screens. What's the time frame for Pensacola tonight? Pretty much from now till about 4 or 5 a.m. From now to about 4 or 5 a.m. Caroline, so while it is technically winter, we are in an El Nino winter, meaning that it's basically springtime all year long for the normal winter season. So that's why we're going to be getting temps in the 50s here in the Northeast within a week. We should be getting temperatures back up to about mid 50 degrees. It's a great question. Oh, Matt, I did my time as a firefighter as well. What time should North Jersey expect the worst? So, when you're looking North Jersey, I assume you mean like Delaware, Sparta, Mount Olive, stuff like that here. Basically, North Jersey, you guys are really, I'll put a pin out here near Sparta. So that's about 2 p.m. We progress up to about 5 p.m. So about 4 p.m. is when you're going to start noticing the gusts starting to come on through. We end up at about 7, 8 p.m.-ish. Here we go. About 8 or 9 p.m.-ish. We do have a little cutoff line, which is good for you guys. And then we see that cutoff start to move through at about 11. We get out here to about 1 or 2 a.m.-ish. 2 a.m. it's done for. So pretty much from probably 3 till midnight. 3 to midnight. Great question, buddy. Great question. Morgantown. Hello, hello. Suffolk. What's up, Suffolk? How are you, John? You are welcome, Matt. You are very, very, very welcome. A vehicle over hillside. There we go. Should I move my grill? Mika, probably, yes. I have to drive from Pittsburgh to Wilmington, North Carolina. Should I wait until Wednesday? I would. Otherwise, unless you want to be driving through a shit ton of rain the entire way down, I don't think you do. I personally would do that. I would wait until Wednesday to drive to Wilmington just so that way you're not driving through rain. I've made the drive many times down to Miami from Pittsburgh. It's not fun in the rain. So again, Pennsylvania is not bad. The thing is that you may experience power outages. I guess that's what I'm trying to just, make sure everyone understands is that you could possibly experience power outages. It's very possible to experience power outages during. Long Island could see, 65 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts tomorrow night. Knoxville, Tennessee is primarily going to be just thunderstorms. Just thunderstorms and rain. Thunderstorms and rain. That echo is going to come through and drop a good bit. Guys, hit that follow button. We're almost at 205,700. We're almost there, guys. Tiffin, Ohio. That's out there near Toledo and Lima, isn't it? I'm thinking of Tipton. Tiffin. Allison, thank you. Tom, thank you. Welcome back, buddy. I thought so, yes. Guys are super, super cool here. Upstate. New York, Darius, no. New York is not expecting tornadoes. New York is not expecting tornadoes. Just some good thunderstorms. And high winds later on in the evening. Guys, we're almost there. One more away. Let's go. Who's going to be that one? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're almost at 700. And we did it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Western New York, possibly. Western New York, Buffalo could possibly get an inch or two of snow unless it's all rain. It's still up in the air. North Carolina is already announced a 2-hour early release. Interesting that they're doing a 2-hour release. See, North Carolina, with the way the timing is, I wouldn't be surprised. They should just probably close. Be a lot easier instead of trying to guess and play with the times, because they do that and then they have the kids going out in it to go home. And I would not want to be on a bus whatsoever with high winds. Hell no. Boston, what's up? We're closed. North Carolina, Charlotte's closed. There you go. That's good. Hickory closed. School and schools around the area. Good to know. Charleston, South Carolina. So when you're looking at this here, what I will do is we're going to go down here. So you guys can see Charleston here. So at about 3 p.m., Charleston's going to start seeing the heavier band of rain. Right here about 3 p.m., guys. Right here about 3 p.m. That's also going to include about 63, 65 mile per hour wind gusts as well. So when that storm comes through, you can expect about 63 mile per hour wind gusts as well. Now, when we start looking up here at the wind gusts, there's a couple different models we can look at here. This one here shows 70 miles per hour for Brentwood. 70 miles per hour for Brentwood, Long Island. This is the HRRR. When we look at that Euro model, we can see it says 75 miles per hour for New York City, 72 for Brentwood, pretty much 75 mile per hour wind gusts for all of New Jersey as well. How's it looking for Northern New Jersey? Maryland, glad I'm looking here for you here. So Northern New Jersey, you know, you're primarily going to be, this is 3-hour max. So this doesn't mean, or I'm sorry, 6-hour max. So it doesn't mean that you guys won't get anything up above there, but I would say at max 60 to 65 miles per hour. Great question though. Great question. Again, this is that Euro model. So when we take a look here at our GFS model here for the wind gusts, yeah, this is GFS here. That's coming through. Brentwood's at 70. Again, it's really is just dependent here. 71 down in Vinland. You could definitely see a lot. You're welcome. Yes. And then we take a look at the infamous NAM. Not Vietnam, no, the NAM. The NAM here is showing about 70 miles per hour in Yonkers, 90 miles per hour here on the coastline. If you take a look there, 90 miles per hour. That's that windy I was showing you guys as well. With the NAM, it is an overcall sometimes, so please understand and take that with a grain of salt. Tap that follow button, guys. Tap your follow buttons. Tap your follow buttons. Clearwater, hello Clearwater, guys. Put in chat where you are. Put in chat where you are. Tom with 19 lightning bolts. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ohio, is Ohio getting anything? Yeah, rain and possibly a snow mixture. Rain and possibly a snow mixture. Yes, yes, yes. South Jersey. Again, South Jersey, like we were just looking at here, man. Like we were just looking at here, we could see South Jersey could definitely see, I would say, anywhere from 65 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts for South Jersey. Okay. Long Island, about 75 to or about 70 to 80 mile per hour gusts. 70 to 80 mile per hour gusts. Shirley, where's Shirley at? Macon, Georgia. Georgia. So Macon, and when you guys take a look down here at Macon as well. Macon is right there. So Macon, about 60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour possibly here. And that's right at 12 p.m. That's that line that's going to be moving up into Charleston at 3 p.m. That's with the composite reflectivity that I was showing a bit earlier right here. That's when this line's going to come through, that strong band of storms from Macon, Georgia. Great question, though. Great question. The Bronx. Probably about 70 miles per hour max, I would say. I'd say probably 70 to 75 mile per hour max. I'm not seeing that 90 that people were saying. 65, 75. It's a good call for the Bronx. Thank you for the update. You're welcome. PSL. I spent time down at Port St. Lucie. I was down PSL for quite a while. Good old PSL. PSL, right down here. PSL is going to get some storms late in the evening, and that is because the band's going to start to expand out there. It's not going to be nearly as bad. The issue is going to be earlier in the day up north. PSL is just going to be an on and off rainstorm after 10 p.m. You're welcome, buddy. Maryland. So yeah, I mean, we have quite a bit here. Raleigh, I see Raleigh on the map here. Raleigh is going to start to, I mean, they're going to get rain on and off since 6 a.m., but the strongest is going to hit at about 6 to 9 p.m. tomorrow. 6 to 9 p.m. for Raleigh, Durham. 6 to 9 p.m. That's going to sweep across the region right here. Just sweep across. Whoosh. I mean, it won't hurt them to cancel school. I mean, they can do schoolwork from home. They did it during COVID. Would not be bad. I would not want to send a kid on a bus. Guys, leave in chat. I don't know. Leave in chat. Would you rather have wind or hail? Would you rather have wind or hail? Let's do a poll. Wind or hail? Actually, I can do this here. Hold on. I can actually do this. Let's see. Because we got some gorilla hail nuts. Okay. The poll is up, guys. The poll is up. The poll is up. Leave in chat where you guys are from. Leave in chat where you guys are from. Randy Dandy goes wind. I saw something for like the Hampton, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach. Or is going to about 60 miles per hour wind. Is that? Yep, that sounds about right. Yes. Yes. Thanks for always keeping me in the loop. Much appreciated. No problem, Melly. No problem. Oh, man, guys. Oh, man. Wind is winning by far. Wind is winning by far. Pensacola, Florida. Hello, Pensacola. Greenville. Pittsburgh, that's where we are. Lucedale. Boston, yes. Dylan, yes. Boston, yes. You're so awesome, man. Thank you, D. Jacobs. Thank you. Guys, wind is winning. Come on. Vote in the poll. There's almost 400 of you in chat here. Tap your screens. Vote in the poll. Wind, hail, gorilla hail, or absolutely neither. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the poll. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the poll. Come on, you guys can do this. You guys can do this. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Come on. Man, wind is winning. Wind is winning. It's now 10 p.m., guys. It's 10 p.m. It is now after dark. It's the After Dark show. I don't know, Danielle. I do not know. Depends. Depends. Too bad we don't have a rocket launch tonight. Last night we had an amazing rocket launch from a Pittsburgh company called Astrobotics. Unfortunately, we lost the vessel. We lost the propellant upon getting into orbit, and so we're not going to the moon, unfortunately. If you were here last night, we lost the launch vehicle about 6 hours after launch. Oh, well, yes, cosmetics, yes. Absolutely, yes. Very likely, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of wind gusts here, guys. Lots of wind gusts here. Well, I wouldn't be scared. It's just a power outage. I wouldn't be too scared. It's just a power outage, you know. Power will eventually come back on. It always does. What do you expect for Trenton? Milk? Are you saying you need to go out and get your milk? I got milk. Where are you watching the weather? I'm in South Georgia. We are live in the weather center here out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Great question here, guys. Trying to currently see here what we may have camera-wise. I would love to show you guys what we have some cameras on. In fact, wow, Kopik finally made it. Now Kopik's got to drive the whole way back up. That would suck. He flew the whole way down. This is a 911 center. It's the calm before the storm for them. It is the calm before the storm. This is up near Hadesburg. Hey. Okay, guys, let's see here. Let's see. Wind won with 25 votes. Hail with 2. Gorilla Hail with 3. And absolutely neither was 5 votes. So congratulations to Wind. People rather have wind than anything else. Pierpont, Morgan City. I'm not too sure. Is there? Oh, you know what we could do? Baton Rouge. Louisiana. Baton Rouge. I don't need a drone. I would like a webcam, please. Poor Mike the Tiger. Mike the Tiger is about to get some rain on him. Oh no, not Mike the Tiger. This feels like a night for this. Redneck, welcome for joining the Discord. Welcome to joining the Discord. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Just saw that. Wind can do a lot of damage. You'd be surprised with all this global warming, things have gotten crazy. I tell you what, wind is definitely it can do havoc. It can definitely do havoc. That was out at Louisiana State University. Oh my god, I immediately think of that girl that did that. I'm going to Louisiana State University. Oh my god, that girl. It's May LL Kai Jeep Chick. You guys joined the Discord. Welcome for the Discord. Welcome, welcome. Paradise. Kentucky, just rain. Just rain. Rain and thunder tomorrow. Rain and thunder tomorrow. Okay, cool. Interesting. That's a time. I don't want a time lapse. We are in 2024. Please no power outages. I'm a freak out. We're in 2024 and we still got like UFO bank CCTV cameras on highways. Like, come on, we are in 2024 and why do we have like cameras that remind me of like a 1990 bank robbery? Like, if we zoom in, we're able to actually see their face. Germantown, Maryland. What's up? What's up? Oh my god, it'd be nice to see, you know, like a nice webcam of what's going on, but you know, that's not gonna happen. So we got LSU's camera. Charleston, South Carolina. Hello, Jesse. What's up, Jesse? Thank you for the rose. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so awesome there with the high bears. Tom with that corgi. I saw a bell. Thank you, Miss Impressed. Kimmy. Bloomsburg. So pretty much what we have going on right now is it's a waiting game. We got to wait and see how this storm is going to progress in a line. That's a big thing here. Guys, tap your screens, tap your screens. This is your composite reflectivity. We're going to see a swath here. This is going to expand basically from New York the whole way down to Florida. And it's going to sweep across the region here. And as that does, and it's going to bring in a shit ton of high winds. And most of the winds are really going to be focused around that Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York is what it's looking like. Is that system's going to be pulling in a lot of moisture and winds from the Atlantic Ocean. So that's going to be the big thing here that we're going to be watching and listening and monitoring for. It's possible that there could be power outages in Baton Rouge. It is very possible. Speaking of, I just literally, you know, thought of. So yeah, no, good old Pennsylvania. You know, most of Pennsylvania, we're gonna get winds tomorrow. I would have to say the higher laying areas like, Johnstown, Cambria County, near the Appalachians, Huntington, State College. That's gonna be where a lot of those will be because they're up on the mountains. Being fully honest, I see your comments, Amber. West Georgia off 20 freeway. West Georgia. You mean just like the West State? Because tomorrow, this is where the tornado outlook is for, like, Georgia. That is where the outlook is for tornadoes for Alabama-Georgia border. Yeah, I mean, we're going to see it kind of overnight. It's going to be, like, super early morning. So think of, like, 4, 5, 6 a.m. that we're going to see this start to work its way in. 4, 5, 6 a.m. Annapolis. Hello, Annapolis. How are you? How are you? How are you, Annapolis? Good old Annapolis. There's Germantown. Let it snow, urban soldier. It's nice where I am. It's nice up here in Pittsburgh. All of our snow is gone. It melted. It was beautiful though. It was absolutely beautiful. Will the tornado be in Pennsylvania? No, Cosmetics. You don't gotta worry about that. The tornado watch was issued here. We got 2 of them. They are down. Near Louisiana. They're down where Texas is, Louisiana, going out into Florida and Alabama. No problem.
Not a soul in sight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Raindrops on the windshield.
Philadelphia. I mean, we're gonna get rain, guys. We're gonna get rain.
He's heading back from somewhere that he never should have been. And the thunder rolls. And the thunder rolls. Every light is burning in a house across town. She's pacing by the telephone in her faded flannel gown, asking for a miracle.
There we go. I don't want no damn power outage. There's a reason why I waited to get food and groceries was till after this happens, because I made that mistake. So, I mean, we're going to get rain from... We're going to have 24 hours of rain. So, from 4 a.m. till 1 a.m., you know, we're going to have rain. Meteorologist on here said the biggest concern for Norfolk is wind. Do you agree? Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have a nice ass thunderstorm. That's cool. That's fine. The wind is gonna be where my concern is gonna be for pretty much anyone, unless you're down south of the Carolinas. If you're at the Carolinas south, then my concern is gonna be tornadoes. But north of the Carolinas, it's going to be point blank, you know, that and flooding. Don't get me wrong. New York's gonna be flooded. We're gonna be seeing videos coming out of New York of subways flooding, manholes covers being blown off because they're flooded through. We're gonna see that. That it happens. It happens every time it floods in New York. It happens every time in New York. It happens every time. What are the chances of power outages at high? I mean, it's likely to occur here. It's even more widespread likely out the closer, like New Jersey for sure, New York for sure. Bruh, he finna makes me mad. Bruh, I just see bruh. Bro, I just see bruh. Bruh! Quee, there's going to be a very strong windstorm, so the answer is yes. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. Guys, we were at 26,000 likes on the video. That's not bad for this live stream. 26,000 likes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Kentucky, yeah, it's going to be thunderstorms primarily here. It's going to be about thunderstorms primarily, I would have to say. Oh.
Well, I caught my wife with another man, and it cost me 99. On a prison farm in Georgia, close to the Florida line. Well, I've been here for 2 long years. I finally made the warden my friend. And so he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Now old Red, he's the damnedest dog that I've ever seen. Got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a 4-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. And the warden sang,
You just keep saying, been asking him the same question for the longest. I don't see any questions. I don't see any of your questions, buddy. Right now, we're really just at a waiting game and just seeing how this will all take through until new models come out is really what it is. Mobile, Alabama, you're about to get slammed and rocked here very soon, guys. You're about to get rocked very soon. That's going to be overnight that you guys are going to get rocked.
Him off and wait. And the warden sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be getting off here right now. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back, guys.